Hello everyone and welcome to the inaugural King and Queen of New Hampshire bracket. Today we will be covering the King side as we have already crowned the Queen of New Hampshire. Big congratulations to Erin Thomas for taking down the Queen side bracket, and a huge shout out to Tammy Coburn for coming in second place. I know that she was a big part of getting the word out and getting people to sign up. Today's finals will be hosted by Topo the Hill in Canterbury, New Hampshire. We would also like to thank Union Square Disc Golf for sponsoring today's coverage. Let's meet our two finalists. Today we have Danny Moynihan representing Windham, New Hampshire, and Elijah Brandt representing Newmarket, New Hampshire. Danny became the first 1,000 rated player in New Hampshire last year, and Eli is expected to reach the 1,000 rating this year as he is right at the 997 rating.
Alright, hey everyone, this is the King of New Hampshire. This is the finals of the match play bracket. We've been playing for a couple months now. It all comes down to this. We've got the two top seeds in the bracket right here, Danny Moynihan, Eli Brandt. Basically the 2,000 rated players in New Hampshire. It's going to be a sick battle. Here we are, top of the hill in Canterbury, New Hampshire. Arguably the best course in New Hampshire. Best players. It's going to be good. Let's go.
Let's go.
Starting off on hole 1, we have 193 feet, where you can thread the needle up the middle, or you can go left or right. We'll see what our players do. Danny's going to elect a forehand and just hit an early tree and go off to the left. He's going to have some work to do. Eli looks like he's going to forehand as well. We'll see if he can go up the middle or around to the left. Just misses the trees. He was drifting left, but he got hit down in the middle, which is going to leave him with a good putt for a 2. Danny with his approach puts it right underneath the basket. So with match play format, Eli is looking to just score one better than Danny or vice versa so that they can take each other's points. We'll see what happens here if he can get an early point. Eli is just off to the right, barely misses the putt. It looks like they will both be tapping in for 3s, and they will tie this hole and move on to the next hole. Alright, hole 2 is 278 feet. It plays a lot more than that because it goes uphill a decent bit, and we'll see if they can get over the hill but not too nose up and have it die out. Danny with a forehand up the middle. He got some very good distance on that and very good nose control on that one. Eli is going to go with the backhand. Hopefully he doesn't burn it over to the right and he just stays going up the hill. Barely crests over the hill. That was a very good throw, but he's going to be a little bit short. Danny, as you can see, parked the hole. Eli's going to have to sink this one to tie. Just over the top. Looks like Danny's going to take a point here. Moving on to hole 3, 485 feet. This is a par 4, where you're really looking to go up the middle and get a placement shot, drift a little bit to the right. Danny just doesn't turn it over. He's going to hit a tree and go off to the left. That's going to be a hard one. Eli is going to go with a nice forehand straight up right up the middle here. Let's see if we can get around these trees. Oh, it's a little bit wide left, but he just misses them. Hits one, drops down, but he knows he got away with one there.
Didn't work.
Real close. Danny's off in the bushes here. He's going to have to throw it back into the middle and then hopefully scramble and get up for a par. Throws it. Just hits a tree and drops down. It was a little bit out of frame, but it was behind those trees. Now Eli is going to throw his second shot and see if he can approach the basket and get a good 3 and hopefully take a point on him. Just hits a branch. If he didn't hit that tree, he would have been a lot closer to the basket. He's going to have a long putt for 3. Danny with his approach shot. Let's see what he can do here. He's got a decent putt for 4 now. If Eli can make this 3, then he'll take the point. But if he can also just not go too far away from the basket, he'll make Danny have to make his putt. He's just over the basket again. But he did not go too far, so Danny will have to make this putt for a 4. Got confirmation that he was outside the circle. He's going to step putt. Just off to the left. And Eli for the putt to take a point and tie it back up. There it is. Moving on to hole 4. 438 feet, also plays uphill, so it plays a little bit further than that. Eli with the drive, drifting right and hits a tree, but knocks down in the center. So he'll have a scramble shot for a birdie on that still. Danny throwing it right up the middle, playing it safe, not trying to get too aggressive. Just saw Eli hit that tree, so he knows he just needs to put a little bit of pressure on him. Eli did not get it on the left enough, and he's going to drift off right into the bushes. He's going to have a hard putt. Now Danny with the approach shot to put a lot of pressure on Eli to make his 3 putt. Nice smooth control right under the basket. Good shot from him. Eli has a look. He does, but he's got some trees in his way. We'll see what he can do here. Just off to the left. Danny to take a point. There it is. Danny will be up 1 going into hole 5. Look at the gallery. All 3 of them. It was great to see them come out. Big thanks to them. 283 feet going on hole 5. It's downhill a little bit, so it's going to play a little bit shorter than that. Danny's a little bit high, but is going to peter out just over the basket to the left of it. We'll see if Eli can get a little more nose control and go straight at the basket and down a little bit. Oh, yanked it over to the right. Smashed a tree. Let's see if we can get a good approach shot to put some pressure on Danny to make his 2 putt. Oh, it's a good one. Skipped right towards the basket, too. Danny's not too far. I think he's inside the circle here. Yeah, you can see the whiskers behind him. Oh, just not enough off to the left. Eli to scramble, take his 3, and save the point. Or tie, at least. Nice putt from him. Getting dialed in. Nice smooth form from Danny. They take 3s on the hole and they will push going into hole 6. Danny is still up 1. 256 feet. This one is definitely guarded by the trees on the right, so you kind of have to loop it out to the left and then crash down right. There it is, the high forehand. Beautiful shot. That's pretty textbook for this hole. That's what you're going to want. We'll see what Eli can do here. A little more straight. He didn't take the outside lane, and that crashes you a little more to the right from the basket. We'll see how close he is here. Oh, he's very close, actually. That was a little optical illusion here. Right next to the basket. And he's putting first, which means Danny's even closer. There it is. They both take a birdie on the hole, push, and go into hole 7. Danny's still up 1. Par 4, 449 feet. You definitely want to take a placement shot up to the left, and then you're going to drift back to the right on your second shot. Danny puts it up, drifts right around the trees, gets a good kick to the left. I think that gets him in a better position for his second shot for sure. Eli's shot is up. He's drifting close to that tree, but he misses everything and has a beautiful shot. Alright, so he's going to throw up here and drift a little bit to the right. It's the ideal shot. And he's drifting to the right. That pink putter. He's very good with the approach on that pink putter there. And you can see how close they landed to each other. Eli's going to elect to go with the forehand, I believe. Which is a good shape shot for this hole here. Let's see what he gets. A little bit wide. Misses the trees, cuts back in. They're both going to have a putt from about the same area, I believe. Yep, Danny's up first, which means Eli is a little bit closer than him, and Danny looks like he's inside the circle. There it is. Good putt from him. Oh, wow. Look how close Eli got with that. Alright, going into hole 8, par 4, 420 feet. So if you're throwing the backhand on this, you're going to need the disc to hold the entire way, because it does drift to the right a decent bit. It's up. And it's going good. Oh, and he hits a tree and barely goes off to the left. It was a little hard to see on the camera, but he's off to the left a bit. Yep, and Eli's going to go with the forehand, which is the more traditional throw on this. But a backhand can really push the basket, for sure. Forehand might go a little early. We'll see what we got. It's up. It's good. He's drifting down. And he hit a tree, I believe, but he's down there a long way. The approach shot is up from Danny. Petering out to the right a bit down the hill, but he's close enough for the 3 where Eli's going to have to put this close. Oh, he left it a bit high. Oh no, he's down the hill a bit. He's going to have to make a good putt here to put some pressure on Danny. Good putt from Eli there. Putting uphill is always difficult, as you know. Little nose up and thing can float right away from you. Danny, nice, smooth form. See what he's got. Oh, a little high, but it's in. Alright, moving on to hole 9. Danny's still up 1. 226 feet, a little bit uphill. Doesn't play too much further, but you definitely don't want to go too nose up or else you'll float away from the basket here. You can't really see it, but behind the tee box is a flooded lake. So getting to this tee box was quite the challenge. Forehand is up. Putting a run on the basket. Oh, right in front of the basket. Real close. Eli with the forehand. Oh, just off a couple trees actually. Puts him decently far left. He knows where Danny is. He knows that Danny's very close to the basket. He's gonna have to run this putt. Oh, he said something about a branch right there. He might have hit a branch and knocked the putt off. And there's Danny, real close to the basket, getting his birdie. He's gonna go up 2 going into hole 10. Hole 10 is 232 feet. It's not too hard here. It's pretty flat. Danny's shot is up. And it just needs to drift left. Oh, he hits a tree and goes right. I don't think he's too happy with that one, unfortunately. Eli's got a chance to capitalize, or at least put a lot of pressure on Danny to make that putt. Oh, he's going to hit the tree. Oh, he barely hits the tree. Glances right off and puts it right next to the basket. Danny's not too far. He's got a putt. He's about probably 60 or so away. You can see the rain has just picked up since the last hole and continues. And it's up. Oh, just over the basket. And there's Eli's shot. And he's going to make the birdie. And he will take a point. So Danny's going to be up 1 going into hole 11. Hole 11 is 211 feet. It's downhill. There's Mandos. It gets tricky. We'll see what they can do here. You see the 2 Mando signs right in the middle of your screen. Or you can see one of them. Eli's blocking the other one. And he threads the needle right up the middle, and he goes a little bit early from the basket, but gets it right down there next to it, avoids all the trees. Very good shot. I believe Danny's going to backhand it, which he'll just have to avoid the trees on the right. Oh, and he goes up the left side, actually. Oh, and he hits a tree and goes to the right side, right down by where Eli is, a little bit further away. Got to get around that one tree. Very nice putt. And Eli has parked the hole. Going into hole 12, one of the signature holes at top of the hill, 300 feet uphill into the castle. Sort of. It's on rocks. It's a elevated basket. Always leads for some very wild hole in the summer when the wind's blasting on you from the power lines here. See what Eli can do. Backhand straight up the middle, floating it up. Very nice shot. 300 feet, and it plays like a lot more than that, I'll tell you that. Looks like Danny's going to forehand it and maybe try and go around the power line. Oh, and he hits the pole. So he knows that Eli's right up there. He's going to have to just put a run on this basket. high, just a little bit early. Ooh, he hits the rocks.
Danny, you know Chris Olsen?
And wow, Eli is parked. Absolutely great shot from him.
Unreal, dude.
Alright, that's going to tie it up going into hole 13. What a great match we have going here. So, hole 13 is going to be downhill, 369 feet. Probably plays more like 300. Floaty though, you just float a disc down there and it will get down there. You do have to cross this field though and deal with the wind. It's the one issue you have. Oh, Eli's foot slips and he throws it to the right in the woods. Gets an okay kick left, but he's still in the woods there. These tee pads are definitely slippery in the rain.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
This isn't the easiest hole to do.
Danny's shot is up a little bit to the right, but it's floating down there. Misses everything. He got through it. He should be pretty close to that hole. So Eli really does not have too much of a shot right now at this basket. He's going to have to get creative here and really carve a disc down there through the trees. He's going to go backhand Annie. And it holds it and floats just back and hits a tree and lands right next to the basket. Look at that. What an amazing shot. Danny is not as close as I thought. He has one heck of a putt. If he hits that basket, he might roll back down that hill, which would not be favorable because Eli's pretty close for a 3. But he also wants to run this putt to try and take a point. Oh, he almost puts it in. It's rolling, and it stops. All right. He's right next to the basket. Eli is a little bit of work to do, but he should be good. There it is. Good recovery shot from him to lead for a good putt for the 3. And they will tie this hole, and they will be all tied up going into hole 14.
I had to try to land on this side of the green.
There's like a stolly, floaty.
Alright, hole 14 is 297, but there is a pretty big hill right in your face, and you have to get over it without going too nose up, because you still need to get a lot of distance after this hill. So, Eli's got a towel down, because the tee pad has been slippery. We'll see what it does here. Oh, it looked like he had better grip, but just right into a tree, unfortunately. Danny's trying to find a safe place to plant his foot on that. Oh, right into the left in the trees, but he makes it through everything, and he's going to be out in the field for a putt. Eli's going to have a very good recovery shot here to even put any pressure on Danny. The hill is very much in your face here. He's going to have to get right over it. Oh, very good throw. Good nose control. Right up there next to the basket. Good shot from
That
him.
was such a good throw.
There I am. Such a good throw. Alright, Danny's got a putt for 2. He's outside the circle. He's going to have to really get a good circle to bit on this one. Oh, just to the right side of the basket. He had the right height and everything, though. So, now you're going to see that They're measuring to see if this is outside the circle so that Eli can put a step putt on this. So now we've got Danny giving his opinion. They kept saying around 33 to 32 to 34. So they had me go up there, and they wanted to get my opinion, and I just kept seeing 34s and 33s. So they gave him the putt outside the circle. Let's see what he does here. Oh, and he just hits the top band. Oh no, it makes you wonder if you didn't step, if maybe it would have gone right in. A little bit too much power on the putt. And there's Danny for his 3 to take the point. He's going to go up 1 going into hole 15. Hole 15 is 317 feet. You really want to just throw a backhand hyzer and have it crash right into the left in the trees. There is OB to your right, but it usually does not come into play. But there is OB behind the basket that can come into play. And as long as that drifts back, he should be good. Yep, you can see it just drift right back in there. And he's right in there where the basket is. Good throw by him. Eli's going to have to pretty much just match what Danny did, because Danny should be right close to the basket. Eli is riding closer to the trees on this one. He makes it right in the opening, and he probably puts it right next to the basket too. Great shots, guys. And now they are trying to find the OB is quite literally on the nose of his disc, and he is on the line. It's very close, and they are giving him in. So he will take his meter off the OB line, and he will be putting for a birdie right now. Oh, bar down. Just gets it in. And here's Danny to match the 2. There it is, in. Speaking of bar down, Danny is actually a former amateur or professional hockey player. I'm not sure if he ever played in the NHL, but I know that he was drafted by the farm teams, I believe. And here is Danny for a par 5 560 approach shot, just to get a good placement up there. And he's up a little bit on the left. He might be in the trees, I'm not sure. We'll see when he gets there. Eli's shot. You can see they're going mid-range because they're not trying to get too far. They just need to get to the opening up here. And his foot slips again. So Eli's approach shot is going to be a forehand, and hopefully he gets right up the middle. This can get real tricky left and right. Nice, good throw by him. Very good throw. Danny's gonna pretty much just want to match what Eli just did there. A little bit high, but he's making it through everything. He's getting up there. Good throw. Alright, Eli's gonna have an approach shot. I don't think Danny quite got to the basket, so he doesn't necessarily have to make this, but he is down 1, so he's probably going to put a run on it. Oh, there was some lightning right there. And he's right under the basket.
That's not sketchy. There it comes.
That's still a while off.
So we only had 1 thunder crack, but it was a little sketchy. Danny with a run for the eagle right under the basket. So they will both be looking at a 4 here. Eli does have a little bit more work. He's got the straddle putt because he's got 2 trees in front of him. There it is. Good putt. So Danny will be also putting for 4 to take a birdie and then push the hole with Eli. And going into hole 17, Danny's going to be up 1 point, 391 feet, par 4. It is definitely reachable for an eagle, but once again, the left and the right are very wooded, and if you go off, you're going to be scrambling real hard to get that birdie. Nice controlled shot from Danny up the middle. Not trying to bite too much off, just wants a good placement up the middle. Good throw. Now Eli's going to have to try and make something happen here. And he's going for the flip up, but it just flips too far to the right. And it is raining very hard right now at this point. It does not help at all, and you can just hear it. So Eli has to throw an approach shot right next to that basket to even put any pressure on Danny to park the hole. I can barely see the disc. I can barely film it anymore. It's so much rain at this point. Eli is shooting his 3rd before Danny shoots his 2nd. He has to make this putt to tie the hole, hopefully, and then make it to hole 18. Runs it. Oh, just short. Now that will leave Danny with a layup for the 3 and the point to win the match. And there it is. There's the layup right next to the basket. Couldn't have put it any closer. Eli knows it. Danny knows it. So there you have it. The winner of the king side, Danny Moynihan, taking it down for Innova Discs. And from everybody at Ace Disc Golf, have a great day.